And it is time again for the fantastic Unity asset coding. Let's get it going. So we did a little bit off stream, and that is we went in and downloaded a little bit of a shader here, and we have it there. Somebody wrote this. We don't write shaders, but this is a fantastic shader. I can only recommend. And it has a, as you can see here, a curvature and a trimming. And in-game, this looks like, well, you put it on every object, and in-game, this looks like that. We could actually, would be a good idea to to have this full screen. How do we make it full screen right now? Maximize, good. So that's how it looks. It looks quite good. And it looks like we have here infinite, like we're walking on top of a world. Yeah, but the world is still, is it still going, or? Because it could look better, honestly. Now we're above the colliders. That means we have reached the end of it. So this is how it looks from up above. And this is a fantastic shader. It's just great. Now we pop in, bam, and the dungeon moves with us. So there is the illusion that this is infinite. We can run here, and it just goes on and on. Which is the idea of the asset. Oh yeah, that's what we should mention. What are we doing even? This is an asset, and it is the infinite open world asset. So if you're using this and you're a designer, you can click on the main camera and enter in what you need here. So you could have a world container, and then everything that this thing creates goes in the world container. Or if you leave it empty, then something is getting created for you. But we don't know what the designer wants. So let's give him some options. And then how many tiles? You could do something like 4 and 4. And that would give you 4 tiles to the right, and 4 tiles to the left, and 4 tiles to the up, and 4 tiles to the down direction. If you look at it from the bird's eye perspective, because this is the Z tiles, and Unity has here this little compass going on. Good. And this is how it looks if you look from up above. And there is perspective stuff. And yeah, so this is 4 in each direction. Go to the game. See, we got 4 tiles here to the right, up, down, left. And if we move again, the dungeon moves with us. Good, we can jump. As just a thing of beauty. And yeah, this is just a dungeon, overall dungeon size you can define. Now, what we want to do is, what if the designer wants a very large dungeon like this? Then it's only going to take forever for the thing to spawn. Let's do perspective mode, and it really takes a long time. Let's give them an option right here after defining the size. Define how many tiles. Good. Let's go into our script. Define how many tiles. Good. And then we will have a new header. Instant creating of tiles. Instant creation of tiles. And then we will say many tiles take resources. Many tiles at once might lag. So the designer understands what is happening. Instant creation of tiles. It might lag. Copy. And we give this as a header. And then we have a boolean. Public bool. And we say instant creation. And that's good enough. And this is of course false. Not that it matters. It's false per default. So if we do this now, we should have here below another boolean. And the camera is nice now. And then we can do this if we want to, and then instantly create the dungeon. Now we have to implement this as well. And that is not a problem, because the create all is a coroutine, and it yields return null every time it runs. Britzt. But that is just in the beginning because we have the middle tile. So the middle tile and then whoosh. Yeah, that's a good idea. And then
this is just too much for me.
No, fat cat. This is really simple. Trust me. We have a loop around here, and this just gets called as many times as is needed, but we have to check for the boolean, right? So if instant creation, right? Not. So simple. Then yield return null. We don't even have to add in another line of code. We don't even have to do this. And now this boolean is working out. And if you're designing this, you can flip that switch if you want to here. And instant creation of tiles? Yes. And now we press play. And then it should go whoosh. And as you could see, there was a lag there before everything was created. And this is a bunch of tiles there. So Fat Cat, what is going on? What is happening? What is fattening? What is going on? So, and this is then the curvature in action here. Mr. Fat Cat, sorry. What is going on? Good. And here we have what we have. And we should not have the debug thingy there. And why is this camera, the editor camera, not catching up? Well, it doesn't matter. It is the editor camera. The player camera is just fine. I mean me. All right. Good. So, and what we wanted to do as well, as you can see, oh man, the lag is profound with these many tiles. As you can see, we have colliders, but they're not flush, is the problem. They go all the way down through the floor, and we want them flush. And the way to do this is put the collider center half the amount, and then it's sitting flush. Half the amount of the height. Fat says went to sleep at like 9, then up at midnight, and then go like 20 minutes more sleep. Well, 20 minutes ago. What? No, Fat Cat, that's not healthy. And you're already eating too much. You need your sleep. Come on, be reasonable. Be reasonable. So what I'm doing is I go there and I watch the Adam versus Everything RimWorld. That's what I leave it running, and then 5 minutes later I sleep like a baby. I'm really interested in how the RimWorld game works, and then I watch it, but it's so boring and it looks so ugly, so I cannot watch. And then I just listen, and I'm thinking, all right, I listen until the raid comes, and then I see Adam do his magic and his real-time strategy skills and kill the raid, and the fight is interesting. All right, I just listen until it happens. 5 minutes later, it is sleepy time, and that's like every evening. But and I sleep like a baby. I really sleep well. Anyways, oh, and we wanted to do this as well in the awake function. We will define the curvature as well, because not everybody wants this. So the default is going to be 0, and the gimmicky things are going to go down, way down in the list. Good, so this works nice now, but we have to turn off the debug log when we're moving. Don't tell me it's here. Oh, and this all was also debugging, switching up the colors. Good, more debugging. We're coming in. Debugging color switch, goodbye. Come from. Somewhere here, print come from, there you go. No need for that. Good, player coming in from here. And then more. That, it's recursing already. And this is the end of infinity. In case you were wondering. Where is the end of infinity? Here. It's there, it's right there. Another riddle, another puzzle that mankind is wondering about, solved, or was wondering about for the longest time. No longer will I be running. Last thing I heard was the freaking get humming. But no, we're creating this. This is done. No more debug stuff. Instant this. Now comes the height. Oh, this is a lot of math. We're gonna get the collider in the right height. And the collider is the trigger box. Good. The designer says we want to be this high. Yeah, that's something the designer says. And trust me, he's gonna be exactly as high as he wants to be. Maybe even higher. But yeah, tile Y, tile transform position Y is a float. Tile Y, tile Y? No, this is different. Tile transform position Y. So this is where the thing is. And that is... What? This is defined. Child transform. Alright, position. That's so weird. I thought it would be positioned there already, without this being needed. Why is this needed? Good, we parent this to the... This is not needed. I don't think this is. I don't think this is needed. Let's test it out. Good, let's go into the prefabs and give this a minus something and see if it works or not. Good, it is inside. Oh, do we have lag again? Oh, what is happening? Oh, we have 0? But it is... Oh... That doesn't work. Good question. This looks very laggy now. Did things break here? Directional light? Where's the main camera? Here. Oh yeah, we're too high, and also we can't see for some reason. Did this all break? Alright, first of all, we're done with the lag. Sleepy time. Is this song trying to tell me something? Yes. I'm not a designer. I want to be a designer. That's a difference. I'm writing an asset for the designer. Good, this broke everything. Let's not do this stuff. But what happened exactly? Whoosh. So this is 1010. Alright. I think it broke because instant and a lot. But there's a warning there, so if the designer does the same thing, it's on them. We don't even want the instant creation here. Again, this breaks it. Weird. Position. Tile transform position. Tile Y. How is this breaking everything? Good, whatever. It's getting instantiated, right? And then it's getting parented to there. And then the position is wherever we are. Oh, this is really complicated now. Transform local scale. Create a cube if it is 0. Will this even work? Instantiate. Da, 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 boom, bam. Why is this breaking everything? If we don't have the position there. This is so weird. Good. Let's run it. But what if the default was lower, and it is? Something's wrong here. Something's really wrong. Also, we wanted to test something out later. Let's do this right now. World container host character prefix 0 tile prefab. Good, let's see how that looks. Transform resides in prefab as and cannot be set to prevent data corruption. Transform set parent. Yep. Good, so that's also something we need to do. The 0 tile. Boom, boom, boom. 0 tile prefab. Create tile, 0 tile prefab. Center tile is created. Create tile. Good. Tile equals 0. No. If the thing is no. Oh. Boom. So this will not fire at all, so we're not going to instantiate. Good. So, but if we're 0 and we put it here up front. So if we have a tile, we will instantiate that tile. Game object tile, icon copy. Good. Tile is the instantiation now. Good, but if tile equals no, then we have to instantiate a default tile. And if we don't have a default tile, oh yeah, that is the default, that we don't have a default. Good. So if we don't have a default, then we create a cube and we do this stuff. That code we have to test after everything is said and done. But we have a tile now, we're going to instantiate it. And then I'm going to put it into the world container. And then we will give it the position. Tile transform position. And that's what we don't want. A default for no default would be a default for no default, says the fat cat. Right. That would probably be correct. Alright, if we're not no, this all happens. Good. We are going to give it the position instantiate. But what I don't understand, if we instantiate this, why is it not taking over the position? The parent goes there, that's alright. The transform position is a new thing for some reason. Let's not. Let's leave the position be and see where it's gonna pop in. But for some reason we have this code in. It's probably a good idea to have that code in. Good, let's hit play and see what happens. The tile up there vanished. And the lower tile is here as well. And nothing else. Yeah, that's the error we had when we don't have this there. For some reason we need this. We have to find out why. We should have found this out while we were writing the code. Now we're a little bit in the dark. Whee! This is great. Cannot look too far down, we don't like that much. We're almost falling through the floor. Now we're banging our head against the top thing. Good, what happens if we go all the way here? We're arriving back at the start. It's almost like this is an infinite open world. Why? Don't drop through the floor. Beautiful. Is already a game. Acid. Alright. But yeah. Why is this happening? We wanted to work on the collider. Why is this happening now? Transform position. Coordinate X. Oh. Of course, we're putting it where it belongs. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we're putting it where it belongs in the grid. Oh, this is so clear now. Good. Then we will do something else. We put this there, but we have to know the why. Transform position. Tile transform. Let's see if we can get away with this. Hopefully. Because it's getting instantiated. And it will have a correct Y position if nothing else. Good. Let's see, we're gonna grab one of these guys. Yep, it works. Ha ha ha! Beautiful. And just like that, we saved ourselves another line of code. Ah, sweet. Feels good. Satisfying. Good. And now, we're fixing the curvature on this thing. A thumbs up. Good. We're fixing the curvature on the default tile here. We are going to give it the correct material. It's going to be curved. Right, but we're going to give everybody the correct material. Dun, 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 dun. Just in case. People want to see how this looks. This is example tiles. Most people will delete that folder, but if you want to test out the asset, then this is a good idea to have. All right, let's let's find the asset there. Materials prefabs. There we go. Whoosh, and delete. And now we should have also the small tile in the middle in the same theme. Good. Also, what we wanted to do is switch up the controls. So much to do. We'll do everything at once. But yeah, this is crazy. It looks just so good. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, I've been here before. I just went straight around this planet and we're coming back. Well, the curvature is too low to simulate. Alright, alright. Let's do it dynamic. It just makes sense. All the way down. All the way down. This section is up here. Copy, paste. Curvature. Define if curvature is wanted. Only with, wait a minute. Only with special shader? Only with curvature shader. Shadered. Only with objects having curvature shader. Good. Define if curvature is wanted. Is wanted and how much. Good. Hello, I'm Shadered. Nice to meet you. Shaded. Yeah, we're not gonna say shaded. Only with objects having curvature shader is proper English. And how much. Good. Define if curvature is wanted. Only with objects having curvature shader and how much. Good. And this is going to be two floats. Public float curvature. That is the name. And it equals 20f. And a public float trim bada bim. trimming, and it equals 0.2, let's say. And we should give it a maximum. We should give it a range, actually. Range. To not make this silly. This goes from 0 to how many floats? Well, we don't know. How big is a curvature? 360 is too much, probably. Boom, boom, boom. What is the maximum? We don't know. Let's do 180. See how it goes. And then we're gonna give the trim, bada bim, a range as well. Good, and that goes from 0 float to 1 float. Good. Do we have to give it an F? Or will it know? It probably knows. Let's see if that is then configurable. Define if curvature is wanted. On why is this lowercase? And did we not have another mother? No, it's fine. Good. Define if we're going to do define if curvature is wanted only with object of curvature and how much. Curvature 180. Oh, this is just beautiful. Tile collisions. That was for testing purposes. We don't need this anymore. Bam, ba boom, ba 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 bum. Where is the tile collisions? It must be a public. Where is it? Tile collisions. They are hidden in Inspector. Why is it showing? Oh, because we wanted it to show. That makes sense then. Good, that's all. And now our set global float is going to be curvature and trimming is going to be curvature and trimming as it is. All right. Now we have this and that, and let's see how it looks. Should be more drastic. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They're all in one spot. They did not like this saving of one line. Create tile, instantiate, transform position. I thought we were getting away with this. Huh? This was working. We tested it. Did we not test it? Does it all make sense? We tested this. Why is this not working now? Let's see if that is the problem, but it should not. We tested it. Alright, the problem is it throws an error because it's just too much. Probably. Good. So the range is going to be we have to do testing. We have to do a lot of testing here. Camera, because we don't know how shaders work is the problem. Let's keep it very low. No, still not working. What the heck? We're lacking them shaders now. Yeah, the curved shader is in. And the material, mesh renderer, is a curved material, but it does not show. We are enabled. What is the problem? Let's give it the exact number that the thing wants. Oh, now we hit play. And that's not working. So this was 20. And this was 0.1. Good. And still does not work. What the hell? Alright, this was 20F. Maybe because we don't give it an F. But wait a minute. This is a float. 0.1F. The heck is going on? If this works now, then we're going to be very confused. But we're also going to be very happy. No. We have a different problem. I don't give an... What? So it's not this. Is not the problem. This is the problem again. An F? We did not need that F probably. But why is this not working now? Because it did work before. Ah, so confused. Time position is this did work before. Man. Let's just undo everything we did. Up to the point where we screwed up. Oh no. We like this, so we copy it. And then we keep undoing. Good. To the point where it still worked. Alright. So the problem was down here probably. Good, and then we do the curvature thing. All the way down here. Define if curvature is wanted and how much. So we're going to give it a range public between 0 and 20 and between 0 and 1, and it's going to be a float. And is going to be curvature, also not 20, let's say. Let's do the thing we tried before. 1 and I don't know, this completely unaware of how shaders work. But alright, public float, and it's gonna be curvature and trimming with 3 M's. Good, and then we're gonna say here curvature, and then we're gonna say trimming. Good. 0 and 0, so this should not curve at all, but it still would work. Yep, that is exactly how it looks. We have this now, and it does not curve at all. The song is good. The song is amazing. Boom, 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 boom. What is it? Dark Sun. Dun, 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 dun. This song is really good. It's an independent game designer. He made a platformer game, and he called it Dark Sun. Possibly completely unaware that there is already a Dark Sun. Or not. Maybe he did not care. This is my Dark Sun. And yeah. That's where we got this from. Good, let's give it a hard curvature and see how it goes. If this is possible at all. This looks like it broke. And this looks identical to how it was broken before. So the one line code is not the problem. We don't think. Let's give it a 180 and no, let's give it 20 or below 20. Still these numbers. Yeah, that they don't, that the curvature thing just does not like. Does not like at all. What if we give it the default things? Because that worked before. Yeah, it breaks the shader. The shader breaks. The shader just breaks. Good. What if we type it in again? And remember to give it an F. 0.1 F. Alright. And it's broken. The shader just breaks. This is so weird. Shader is breaking. Yeah, this has nothing to do with us. This has something to do with this curvature shader here. Divided by 100. Be right back. I need to use the bathroom. Alright, 47. Make sure to clean up after yourself. And we mean, by that we mean put the body in the closet when you're done. The blood is no problem, just leave it there on the floor. It's alright. Nobody will care. We tried it many times. This is crazy pants. This is typical shader stuff. The engine remembers is the problem. Good. Can we not shader code a default? Yeah, we have to learn how to code shaders. There is no two ways about this. Good, and now we're gonna set this in again. Is it the blank space? No. Weird, the first thing works. Oh, it's 2F, is it? Is it 2F? Well, this could be the simple solution. I hope it is. Yep. It's 2F. So if you're too high there, it's gonna be an issue. Curvature trimming. Gonna make this 2. And there we go. But what if it was below 10? Broken. What if it's 2.8? Oh, that works. 2.8 works. And it looks nice as well. What it's 4.2? Does not work. What if it's 3? Three seems to be the maximum. What if it's 3 down here? Broken. What if it's 1 down there?
I reign supreme
Again. This does not work. What is this if it's below 1? What if it's a 0.3? You reign supreme after using the bathroom. That works. It also looks fantastic. It just looks great. The illusion of a ball. Beautiful. So 3 and a 0.3 is the margins. Tested it quickly out, because learning is for chumps. No, we will learn it. I promise. Just not here on stream. Testing it out real quick was quicker. It's really fast and faster. Good. Where is the range? Between 0 and 3. Between 0 and 0.3F. Good. There we go. Maximum curvature. And depending on how your planet looks, you want this less or more. So if we have, for example, a bunch of tiles there. Good. Also we could bunch of tiles, then it's not gonna feel natural having this huge curvature. It's gonna just take too long until you reach there. And the crazy pants is getting this built. Also, I'm so sick of not being able to look very far. So let's go into the test player controller and clamp to double the amount. Is this an angle? Probably. And there probably as well. So let's play maximize so we see something. Good. The world is being created. And a little plum world. The curvature is so extreme. Also, we probably want instant creation since we're creating a lot of tiles now. And let's make it half. That's more like it. Except it doesn't look like something's happening here. Still see the thing in the distance. Let's keep going, and there it is. And there it vanished. But how come there is no curvature? No curvature with the 1. Maybe the 2 then? That works. So is between 2 and 3 then? No. That is so dumb. I wonder what the difference is there. Also between 2 and 3 we have the massive curvature. And what if we don't have trimming at all? If we don't have trimming at all, nothing works. We have 1. Then it does work. Yeah, we don't know how shaders function really. Good. And we do have a popping in problem at the border. Maybe only when we're flying. I think we need an on-off boolean. And clamp this, but not sure. Clamp this between 2 and 3. Not sure, maybe it's just the trimming. That is the issue. No, it's not just the trimming. Ah, I hate that shader. It is a very good shader, but it's what's happening down here is a bit rough. Curvature during the math here. We have to take a look at that. But first things first. We're going to have the range between 2 and 3 and 1 and 3. We never saw a difference with the trimming. So let's get rid of it. Have the trimming be 0.1f. Because for some reason that is the only number that works. And we don't see a difference between a 0.1 and 0.3. Maybe we should do 0.2 just as a default. Good. Awake. And then we give it a boolean, of course. If curvature is wanted, and how much? Right. Public bool curve. Good. And awake. If curve. Oh man, forgot how to code. If curve do this. Also, what are we clicking here? Oh, this is scrolling. Interesting. If curve, then curve. So what exactly are you doing, says a fat kid. I am making a shader. Oh man. Invalid token bool in class 45. Hold on, I'm going to explain momentarily. Punlick. Yeah. Punlick is a good friend of ours, but but not a keyword. Good. What exactly are we doing? Well, this here is a infinite open world asset for the Unity engine. So if a designer wants to make a game, they're gonna go, oh, we have the infinite world asset, let's download it. And when they download it and put it in their thing, and then they click on the scene, here the infinite open world scene. Whoops. Do you want to save changes? Yeah. Good. Then they're gonna see, oh, what is this? And they're gonna click on the main camera, and they see, oh, they can define the infinite open world. So, yeah, that's what I want in my game, an infinite open world. How many tiles on the x-axis? and define how many tiles in the x and minus x and z and minus z directions you want. So this is tile based. That means they're gonna have a tile in their own folders, and it's gonna look something like this. They have a tile here down there, and this is what their game is made up of tiles. And they're gonna say, how many tiles do I want on the x-axis and how many tiles do I want on the z-axis? Let's say I want many tiles. So, or not many tiles, doesn't matter. And do we want to instantly create them? No. And then he's going to define everything here, like the map height, for example, and how big the tiles are that they're using. That's important as well to make everything flush. And they say, oh, we're going to use the 3x3 tiles here. Good. Then they define the 3 and the visibility. If they want to have the tiles pop in a certain field of view, running around, because if they have like 1,000,000 tiles, they don't want the outer tiles to be enabled, because that takes up computing power. So they have the option here for visibility. Okay. And then they have maybe a world container where they're going to put this infinite world in, maybe not, doesn't matter. Then they have the host character prefab, and this is the player character in their game. They're going to have this, or they're not going to have this, and they can still test it if they don't have it. And then the default tile prefab is going to be their tile where they make up their world of. And the 0 tile prefab is the middle tile where everything starts. The base, the spawn point, if you want, I don't know. And then they're going to say, do we want a curvature or do we not have a curvature? They say, oh, let's try it out without a curvature first. Then they hit play. And then they are in this infinite world, and they think, hold on. Infinite? Is this really infinite? And they're going to look backwards and see, this tile over there should vanish in the distance. It is vanished. And now it's reappearing here. So it's infinite, going round, like a planet. Oh wow, says the fat cat. It's like a planet, but a planet has curvature. So if we fly out and look around, this is not a planet. Let's make it a planet. We click curvature, and we say we want a curvature of 2.3 for the size of our big thingy. And boom, we have a planet. So yeah, we look backwards. This is our starting tile. Let's go around the planet. And as you can see, there's curvature here. We're going around the planet. We're flying around the planet. Round and round. Take that, flat earthers. And there we're coming back to the start. There it is. The only issue is that this thing is popping out of existence when it's nearing the camera fulcrum there at the edge of the map. But that's a Unity engine thing, and I think we can fix this by messing with the main camera somehow. Culling mask. Clipping planes. Near, far, 0. Clipping plane 0. Let's see if clipping plane 0 fixes this annoying issue. Well, to the left and right, it does not fix the annoying issue. But at the top, it's a little bit better. At the top, it's definitely better. On the side, it's still there, but that might be the curvature shader, but who knows. Can fall down the hole. Can look below at the curvature. Yeah, and that is that. And then you have a little planet, and it's infinite, and you can define it however big you want it. And that is that. Now we're going to do some quality of life thingies. And the collider, because if we click play here, and if we look at the colliders, then we see that they are inside the planet. And they're no use to us inside of the planet. They need to be on top. And if the designer defines their world, and they say the map height is, let's say, 238, then they expect the height of the world to be 238 and not half of it. And that's what we're gonna put in there now. Let's have a sip of liquid water first. Good. Also, the default tile is back to 0, but this is even work. Very good, very good. Yes, it does work, and we're gonna save ourselves one line of code like we did before. So, tile transform position. Copy. Equals. Default tile prefab. Y or something like that. Tile transform position. Tile transform position equals what it is. Good. So we're going to move them to the coordinates. And the position Y stays the same. See if that works real quick. Also, why is it so up high? And this is so far down. Good question. If we move it, we like to move it to 0. It's the same way up. Oh, that's because 5 meters is a lot. 5 meters is a lot, apparently. Good. So we give it here default tile 0 and the default tile 1 meter up high. Will that work? It does work. Sure. We instantiate the tile. Doesn't need to be moved. No problem. But what if it's null and we create a cube? Then if there is curvature, we have to put it in. To put the curvature in as well. Yeah, but let's do the math on the collider first. So many things to do, and then we want to put in the top left corner of the controls as well. So in a test player controller, get input key space, if input key space, or get key up input key E. Is this how it works? Possibly. Does this have anything to do with your in real life parking lots? No, this has nothing to do with the parking lots. Except that we're gonna sell this asset and hopefully make some money from this. But again, completely new to that. Very unlikely, but we're gonna try. And possibly we have to do some advertisement for it. I have no idea how that everything works. We're definitely going to have to go to the Unity forums and say that this exists, and to the Reddit as well, and say that this exists. People are doing it, so we're going to do it as well. And then we're going to probably get some feedback, hopefully positive. And before we put this in the asset store, we have to make a scripted YouTube video to explain all the settings. Otherwise, people are going to say, "What the heck is this even?" And the script is also going to be a README inside the downloadable asset as well. So people don't have to watch the YouTube if they don't. They can just read the script. And yeah, it's Nothing to do with the in real life parking spots. And get key up. Get key. Good. Wonder if this works. Will it take the E key? Just curious. No, everything broke again. E is unknown. Oh, that's fine. E is unknown. Lowercase e will be known. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, it does work. Whoop. Whoop. But the collider on the default tile is a bit rough. And it also does not have a collider. Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't have a proper. The E-key bitty spider went up the water spout. The E-key bitty spider. Yeah. So the default tile also needs to have this treatment. Good, instantiate the tile. But it does have it weird. Let's compare the colliders. Infinite open world. Default tile. Box collider, box collider, box collider. Yep, it has 3 box colliders. That's not cool. This one needs to go. Good. Let's see how that goes. And again, we're sitting on top of it. That means the box collider that holds it up. Oh no, now it's proper. Huh? What? And now it's not proper anymore? There is no box collider, this is only a trigger. And it's crazy that it did not hold there before. Let's look at it again. 1 times 1 box collider. Box collider, again 3 box colliders. What? Default tile 1. Then let's remove this as well. Good. And again it pops too much upwards. Huh? No, it does not. It's fine. Trick of the light. Good. Box collider is proper. Right. And the center could be... Oh, this is the boom. Yeah, this is where... Yeah, that's the wrong one. This was the center. We could move. Size is very high now. Alright, good. So that works. If the default tile prefab is 0, this does not work at all. Let's make sure. Oh dear, in blueprints we also have to add in curvature and don't know. Colliders. Let's just check if this is correct or not. Good. Are we going to do the math now? Trigger box bounce. Trigger box center. Box collider size. Box collider center. is a simple vector 3, so no big deal, but the bounce size is also interesting. Trigger box size, trigger box bounce size. Oh, but yeah, where the bounce coming from? Because here it says we only have box collider. No, we do have bounce, but it is inherited. World space bounding volume of the collider is read only. Size is a vector 3. So why are we using the bounce and not the size? Is this a PS5 day? It is. It is. We're going to shut down the stream in 20 minutes. Get ready, and then we're going to play some Borderlands. Oh yeah. Watch our current favorite show, which is Arcane, is a League of Legends show. Don't like the game, but well, it's unfair to say I don't like the game. I do like Dota, and it's the same game, but I don't play it because it looks so wonky. To my eye, at least, because I'm used to the Dota. But yeah, we're watching that show, and we're gonna get some food from the local store, the local food vendor, and that is always very delicious. And then we're gonna drink some tea and enjoy the PlayStation 5. It is pretty cool. Good, so we could do the readout, and the size goes there. Map height. Stretched float Y. Trigger box bounds that are currently there. So it has a default size. How do we make it the same size? We will completely ignore the Y size. Aren't we doing this already? Well, it all doesn't matter in regards to where the thing must be, correct? The center of it needs to be where? And this is then the math we need to do. Because what if it's floating down like at -5 meters? Alright, so the center of it needs to be half its size. Alright, so that always stays the same. But the size, oh, this is way easier than we thought it would be, thank goodness. Good. The size of the thing is the map height. Let's figure this out. Stretched float Y. Good, equals the map height plus the tile transform position. Or should it not be minus? Minus the tile transform position Y. Good. So if it sits at 5 meters and the map height is 10, then we only need a 5 high collider. And this is that. But if it sits at -5, we need a 15. So minus 5 is +5. So the map height 10 is 15. So it sits at -5 and 15 height. So it's going to be flush with everything else. Beautiful. This is so easy. Good. Then the stretch collider size is whatever the size is plus the height of the collider. And then we're gonna cut it to size. But then we're also going to do the center. Is going to be the stretched float y divided by 2, and this is extremely simple. Let's see if it worked. Oh, what? Cannot implicitly convert float to vector 3. What? 208. Oh, yeah. Yep. It needs to be a vector 3. This is going to be a new vector 3 with a trigger box size. No. What if we say times up divided by 2? We give it a simple plus here. Plus equals, oh yeah, that's how it was. Plus equals a stretched float y times vector 3 up. Very simple. Good, and if it cannot be negative. Divided by 2. See if that works. Good. Because we don't want to do new vectors if we don't need them. It's just a personal kink. Let's check it out. If we're sitting flush or not. And we're sitting extremely flush. Beautiful. Beautiful. And as you can see, the 1x1 is up a meter or so, and yet it sits flush with the other guys. Well, it doesn't look like it sits flush, but that's just the trick of the light. Whoop! It does sit flush indeed. And since we cannot see proper, let's not define a default and instead have here not so many tiles. See how it goes? Oh, wait, what? Oh, we haven't done this yet. That's the problem. Yeah, that comes next. Good, but the default tile is, of course, prefab. Default size. Oh man. Here. And the 0 tile is none. Good. And that is how it looks. And now we're gonna check that. Oh, what? This is the curvature that is messing about. But the height is very high and everything is flush. What if the first tile was a 3x3? Oh no, this is... No, we already did that test, didn't we? It's working fine. Alright. Enough testing. Everything is working. Let's give it a height of 14 for kicks. Go to maximize. This is how it looks. And there's not much to see. Pop! Oh, we jumped. We jumped out. Things we're glitching through the colliders here. We do a lot of yeah, if we just go forward. Glitching through the colliders. Good. But for testing purposes, this is way more than sufficient. Good. We could also raise some walls, but then we don't see anything anymore. This is quite big as is. Moving very fast. If the movement speed wasn't so fast. Yes, 10 is brutal. Let's give it 3 meters per second. Good. Yeah, that's proper. Good. It's funny how we bounce a little bit if we look upward, or if we look down and go backwards. Boom, boom, boom. But that's alright. Good. Out of the collider, into the collider. So the collider height. Collider height, I hate the collider. The collider height could be proper like 48. Let's look at the colliders. And the curvature thing does this now. And oops. I just missed it. What if we say instant creation and 20 times 20? I'm just stepping around now. 20 times 20. Good. So this is the maze. Clearly the walls need to be higher. Default tile. Random range between 0 and 8. It's mainly between 0 and 32. 3 times 8, 4 times 8. And if we're over 8, we're going to destroy. And if the random is over 10, we're going to raise the child object. Child game object transform position equals plus vector 3 up. 1 meter up is good. Does this work? No, of course not. We expect something here. Dum bam bomb. Alright. And we still expect something. If this, then that. What's the problem? Huh? Equals plus equals. Damn, boom, boom, boom. Child game show transform position. Plus equals or equals plus? Plus equals. Vector 3 up. What is the problem? Plus equals. Don't know what is the issue here. Devtile error. Expected. In parentheses expected. Good, we have the random range, and then do we destroy? Otherwise... Oh, we don't need this. This is already a transform. Child position plus equals vector 3. We don't know what is the problem here. This code is too fast, is the problem. Position equals child position plus or times? Times. It's just 1 plus. I don't know. Still expected. What the heck is going on? Oh, we have a parenthesis here that doesn't belong. Plus equals vector 3 up. Good. Man, oh man. Did not see that. Anyway, let's see how it looks. Oh, it doesn't do anything. But they vanished. So where are they? Down there? Up there? Position is fine. Let's do another one. They did not go upwards. Plus vector 3 up times 3. Let's see. Just not moving. I thought this was how it goes. Oh no, it gets destroyed every time. It gets destroyed. If it is below 6 is very rare. One the other way around. Oh, that's fine. Because it's always going to be below. If it's not destroyed. Good. And also good. So all the things we moved, we destroyed. Oh, we moved after destroying it. Wasn't good. Alright, we're up now. And these are very high walls. 1 meter seems to be very high for this character tune. It's a very small tune. So half, and also we have to do the size as well. Chapter divided by 2. And child size. Plus equals. Or times equals. Times equals. Is this work? Is this work? Size. Possibly not. Child size divided by we want the x. Child size equal child the y. Just the y, right? You're right. Vector. So it's plus again. It must be new vector, right? Not necessarily. It's also going to be vector 3 up. Vector 3 up. Good. Child size, vector 3 up. Surely that's going to work, no? Transform doesn't contain a definition for size. Why not? There's something like local Local size. No. Transform. We're gonna look here. Unity transform local size, local scale. But we knew it was something like that. Good. See how that goes. Aha, now we have walls, but they're still floating. Is that so bad? We push them up. Let's push them up not that far. See how it looks. And that is proper. That's exactly how we want it. Good. It's interesting how this is standing on something and how the curvature is not helping out. Why is the curvature not helping out on these walls? No, it is, but we're floating is the problem. Sometimes. Good, we don't want to float, we want to sit inside. Position. Up, not that high. Good. So if we don't get destroyed, we have walls. But we can make it. We can make it just by, yes. Trying a little bit. Good. Otherwise this. Oh yeah, this is really good. Dun, 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 dun. See how it looks? Oh man, nice. Really sweet. Good. Just as an example how this could work. Good. And that is that, and then we need to do on the top left the controls and invert the camera, but that is all for another time. For now I have to get ready, and I'm gonna see you guys next time. It's time again for the Rim World, for the Magic the Gathering, for the Hitman, World of Assassination, for all kinds of stuff, and fantastic games and more Unity coding as well. So until then, thanks for watching, thanks for chiming in. I'm gonna see you next time. Have a good day and a good night.